Hello, good evening, everyone. I am C.V. Akshat Jain, moderator for this webinar. As an introduction, I am a chartered accountant by profession with over 7 years of experience in the field of audit and assurance. We are delighted to welcome you all in the webinar being organized by Continuing Professional Education Committee of ICAI. It is my pleasure to be a moderator of the webinar on AI agents and tax audit covering clause 22 and other critical clauses. In a short while, we will start this webinar. First of all, I would like to apprise you about CP committee. As you all know, the profession of chartered accountancy is growing leaps and bounds, and its phenomenal growth has brought the profession at the forefront. Today, our profession has acquired an indispensable position in the business and economy. ICAI continuously aims at developing knowledge edge so that the members stand out to the expectations of the society. To achieve this objective, the CPE committee of ICAI has been continuously striving for perfection, integrity, and knowledge which make the word chartered accountant synonymous with excellence in service. In this direction, CPE committee has always been proactive to the emerging needs of its members, enabling them to acquire contemporary knowledge and skills to face the challenges effectively by organizing CPE programs and providing adequate opportunities. As a part of this program for this evening, we have two sessions. The first session will be on AI agents, and the another will be on tax audit covering 22 clause and other critical clauses. Both sessions will be of 1 hour each. Our eminent speakers will talk about these two emerging areas of professional interest. Before kicking off the session, I would like to introduce CA Vishnu Kumar Agarwal, Vice Chairman of CPE Committee. CA Vishnu Kumar Agarwal is a Central Council member of ICAI for the term 2025 to 29. He currently serves as the Vice Chairman of the CP Committee and the Direct Tax Committee of ICAI. Additionally, he is an esteemed member of several other key committees of the ICAI. With over 2 decades of experience, he specializes in income tax matters and has also authored the book Landmark Judgments of Income Tax. Beyond his professional commitments, CA Vishnu Kumar Agarwal is actively involved in social service and community initiatives. His profession acumen, leadership roles, and dedication to both profession and society make him a respected figure in the accounting and taxation domain. Now, I would like to invite him and request him to address our fellow members.
वेरी गुड इवनिंग सतीश भाई साहब आपका तो
गुड इवनिंग विष्णु भाई, गुड इवनिंग भाई
गुड
चेयरमैन
इवनिंग सर
साहब।
सर सिर्फ आपका स्पीकर म्यूट पे कर दोगे सर सतीश भाई साहब आपके यहाँ से म्यूट कर दोगे सर yes very good afternoon our honorable chairman of the CP committee very energetic Satish Gupta ji from Jaipur our another central council member Chandrasekhar Chitle ji from Pune which today is speaker on the TDS provision and our eminent speaker again Mr. Ankit Singhvi ji on the AI agent very important subject today's scenario. Friends, as a CP committee with the leadership of our Satish Gupta ji, we are doing 2 webinars every week on the Wednesday and the Friday for the benefit of all the members on the various topic, various subject which are populated this time. Friends, today we have with us Sri Chandrasekhar Chitle ji, our senior central council member on the topic of the TDS on the provision on the various provision friend to me how to work in the profession how to work in the council and with his esteemed senior knowledge friends I have benefited in the last 8 months from Feb to this time I have again gained so many things from our senior chartered accountant Satish Gupta ji. He is the chairman of this committee, CP committee. Under his leadership, I have gained so many things. Friends, under the CP committee, our chairman sir will be apprised what we are doing from last 8 months. Just yeah, I'm also the vice chairman of the direct tax committee. So just I'm highlighting what we are doing in the direct tax committee also. Friends, we have came out with the Income Tax Act 2025 with the only price in the rupees 500 rupees only, and it is available on the portal. Friends, I request each one of you take the maximum benefit of this particular publication. At the same time, we have also published the revised tax audit with the help of the Chandrasekhar Chitleji also. Chandrasekhar Chitleji sir has also contributed so many things in the revised guidance note 44AB. I request each one of you, since the 1 month has been extended by the CBDT, so each and every clause we have described in the revised guidance note very nicely. Wherever you feel any difficulty, just you go through the revised guidance note. And also we came out with the checklist of all the form ITR. So take the maximum benefit of the when you are filing the ITR forms. All the checklist we have hosted on the website. Friends, now I will not take much of the time. So many things we are doing at the CP committee and the direct tax committee and other so many committees, but time is limited. So I request our moderator to introduce our chairman, Sri Satish Gupta ji, and then we will proceed further. Thank you, friends.
Thank you, Vishnuji, for your time. So now I would like to introduce Chairman of our CPE committee. C. Satish Kumar Gupta is presently serving as the Chairman of the Continuing Professional Education Committee of the ICAI. In addition to this role, he is also the Chairman of the Audit Directorate and the Vice Chairman of the Committee for Members in Practice for the current term. He previously served as the council member of ICAI for 2019 to 2022. He is a renowned speaker and author specializing in income tax assessments, searches, surveys, and professional development topics like goal setting and career planning. Now, I request Satish ji to address our fellow members. Yeah. Hello, Satish ji, you are on mute. If you can.
Thank you, Akshat. Thanks a lot. Vice, respected Vice Chairman of the committee, my brother Vishnu Bhai from Mumbai, who is taking care of not only CP committee, but Direct Tax committee and all other committees in the council, working very hard. The speakers of the day, my brother in the council, very senior and very learned, and going to take a very important subject today, Chitle sir. Another speaker of the day from the city of Jodhpur, Ankit Singhvi ji, who is going to speak on the AI. Committee CP Secretary Ginni ji, Committee CP, Team Tech Support, and my dear brothers and sisters who are attending this webinar in a very large number. I welcome each one of you, and I thank you, each one of you, for attending our webinars regularly. Friends, as rightly stated by Vice Chairman, that dates of the tax audit have been extended. Today, Gujarat High Court has also extended the date of filing of ITR for the audit cases to 30th November. I think government or CBDT will issue the notification on that part also in the due time. So now we should focus how we can complete our work with all quality, with following all accounting standards, all standards on auditing, and all other standards our institute has given for us. Another thing, friends, today I requested Chitle sir to take the session on clause 22 of the tax audit report, which I believe that is very important inclusion this time, and it is the first year of that inclusion. And I believe that it is very time consuming, and there are, if we go for the qualification or we go some observation or some disclaimer that the client is not having the details, so Chetle sir will tell us the precautions which we should take whenever we accept that version of client for that particular observation given by the client. So let us take very carefully the all that clause number 22 of the tax audit report. Yes, all the clauses are also important, but since it is a new so we should take care of this. Apart from this, friends, CP committee is focusing on the quality and availability of the programs. We are opening as much as the CP chapters, CP circuits, and CP groups. We are also going to bring the real-time credit system of the CP hours. So that will definitely be liked by all of us. And apart from this, in UDIN also we have taken care of that. No, no member is in position to generate 61st UDIN for the tax audit. We have also taken care of that the member can know the name of subsequent auditor and several other things also. Yes, I would like to speak on that particular auditor's opinion, which you are finding on the UDIN pages this time. Friends, don't hesitate and don't fear. These are the very important requirement, but not taking a more than a minute. If you have qualified the tax audit report, if you have qualified the statutory audit report, if you have given the disclaimer, or if you have given the emphasis of matter or the other matter, or if you have um, held that the financial statement don't give the true and fair picture, then you have to go for that particular clause. Otherwise, you can simply say that it is there is a clean report. There is no need to go further. So take care. Whenever you report that particular clause, it will take not a minute, but it will be very useful for the future research point of view. So uh, kindly go is very smooth with that particular point also. So yes, dear friends, there are several issues, but I know that AI is very important. I know that tax audit is very important as of now, and clause 22 is very, very important. And we have learned speakers for both of the things. We have a very learned moderator, Akshat, who will deep dive you people in the questions and answer session. So nothing. I don't want to take much of your time. Just thank you very much. Thanks a lot. All the best. Jai Bharat, Jai ICI. Enjoy the webinars, and we are also going to organize regular webinars on accounting standards, standard auditing, and the tax audit provisions. Where you will find the declaration very soon. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Over to Akshat.
Yeah. Thank you, Satishji, for your time and guidance. So now going forward with the sessions, let me introduce to our first speaker, C. Ankit Singhvi, who will be facilitating session on AI agents. Ankit is a chartered accountant with over 10 years of experience in IT and financial technology. He holds an MBA along with certifications in forensic accounting and technology, which reflects his commitment to continuous professional development. He has recently developed a specialized AI course tailored for chartered accountants, enabling them to apply artificial intelligence in finance without acquiring programming skills. He is also actively involved in research on the practical implementation of emerging technologies to drive innovation and efficiency. Now, I'd like to invite Ankit and begin with our first session. Yeah.
Thank you, Akshat. Am I audible? Right?
Yeah, you're.
Yeah. Thank you, Akshat, for the introduction. First of all, I would like to thank the CP committee for inviting me here. And it is always good to see like how ICI is going for the future of the technologies and future things. So today I'm going to take a session on AI agents, especially what AI agents are, how they work, and why it is needed, and why multinational companies are like chasing AI agents. So let's start with the first part. So I hope most of you have heard so far like about AI agents, what they are, how do they work, or if you don't have heard about the AI agents, you would have heard about the AI. What is artificial intelligence? So before going further with the AI agents, let's first address what is exactly AI. So our today's agenda item would be defining AI agents and their core capabilities, practical applications and usefulness of AI agent, industry adoption, why AI agents are in the spotlight, benefits for business of all sizes, how AI agents are benefit for every kind of business, how AI agents work, the mechanism part, and what is difference between AI agents or ChatGPT or AI agents or Gemini. Key differences. So first, let's understand what is AI. So far, I'm sure you have heard about ChatGPT. You have used ChatGPT. Some of you might have used Gemini as well or Claude as well. But after using everything for a year or more than a year, what exactly AI is? What you do, you go to ChatGPT, you write something, you want to know about something, or you want to find answer of something, and it just provide the answer in the natural language, either by text or by voice, but it provides the answer. So AI is nothing but the intelligence part which assists us in finding us the answers. There can be multiple definitions, we can go very long on it, but in general terms, this is just finding us the answer, what we want to know. Then there comes this next thing, what AI can do. So far we have heard about the fear, like AI will take over everything, the jobs will go and the work will go down and each and everything. But how a AI can do these things? Like AI is just so far AI is just answering us things, like telling us this is the answer, this is the text, or this is the text provision, this is the law, this is that, whatever you have searched. But there is no nothing like AI can do itself. So here came the picture of AI agents. A AI agent is basically a software entity. This is a software with the power of AI, which can take decision and do the actions. So we will go on the details what exactly AI agent is, but they are key important term in the AI agent is it has intelligence, it has the power of AI, it can take actions, and it can have its own decisions. So AI agent is basically a software entity. It can have a digital environment, it can have its a physical environment, but it is a software-based entity. It has perception and decision. So it can take decision and it can take the actions or the tool. It can use the tools which has been provided. So there are a few important things before we go with what exactly AI agent is. What are the key components of a AI agent? So there is a perception module, like it can sense and interpret environments. If I give you the example, there is a uh, you might have heard about the cars which runs automatically, like drive automatically. So there are sensors, and the sensors provides the data, but the AI part decide what to do on that particular obstacle or particular signal. So this is the environment, this is the perception. Then there is reasoning, like on what basis a AI engine or AI model can make decision. Then there is learning capabilities. AI can learn from its own mistake or its own things, or on the further data sets. And there is action system, like AI can take actions to execute the task or interact dynamically within its environment. So there are a few common types of AI agent. Like the definition is very long, the types are very long, but if we divide into broad categories, so there are reactive agents. The reactive agents act based on the current perception without using internal state or memory. Like these just react on the things on the input they have received. They are goal-based agents. Like you just tell them like this goal has to be achieved. Now they start working. They will do anything to achieve that goal, not anything, but within their environment, they can take actions to achieve that goal. Then there are utility based agents, like they are for like finding on getting on some decisions and on the with the help of some utilities or some tools. Then there are learning agents, the agents which can learn itself and improve these themselves. So a agent can be combination of two, three, or any of these types, or can be any of these four types. Before going with the practical application, let me give you an example. So you want to book a ticket to Delhi, you want to book a flight to Delhi, and you want best rate as per need of your timing. So what you do, you go on multiple websites, you can search something or find the best rate, time, everything, and then book the ticket. There is another way of doing it. You can simply call the travel agent and tell him or her like you want to book a flight, and they will book it for you. In case of AI agent, you just tell the AI agent you want to book a flight to Delhi, and these are your requirements. Now, what AI agent will do, it will go on the multiple sites, find the best rate, find the best time, find as per whatever requirement you have, and will try to book a flight for you. And if you have provided your access to payment, like it can make the payment on your behalf and get your booking done. So this is what AI agent is. I'm sorry, my screen is not. Is it visible now, Akshat?
Yeah, let me know.
I'm so sorry. So I just take a slide back. So there are four types of agent: reactive agents, goal-based agents, utility-based agents, and learning agents. Now just go on the practical applications and useful of AI agents. So what AI agent could do, AI agents are basically can do the data entry automation. Data entry by means of data entry operation, you want to fill something in Excel. You got a PDF and you want to fill something in Excel which is required per your format. A AI agent can do it. Customer support automations, which we are actually hearing right now these days, like customer support jobs are going and being replaced with the AI. So what a AI agent can do, it can simply answer the query to a customer. So you go to a random website, you ask, you're looking for some product, and you just type something like I need this help or need something, and rather than a person, AI is replying to you. Beyond this, if you want to make you make up your mind and you want to buy something, you can simply say you, I want to buy something, it will place the order for you, right? So this is the customer support automation. And there are manufacturing process automation. In manufacturing process, AI agents are helping in finding which machine part can go on the maintenance or which has to be replaced, what is the lifespan and multiple things, and again can order or can send the mail or can find the answer like what has to be done for the particular machine part. So how this decision making process or decision making thing is being done in different sectors, like AI data analysis. Data analysis, we all know, for particular clients, whether it is small or larger, we do data analysis on numbers of things. There can be a large data set, there can be a low size of data set, but we do data analysis. AI can definitely find the patterns and trends in the particular data sets and can make the informed decisions. So if you are enthusiastic about learning online articles and things, you might have found that AI is finding answer to these scientific things which are not so far available, like patterns, the particular discoveries which were not available so far. So this is being done with the help of data analysis and large data set and the pattern findings. Then there is decision support in finance. So AI supports complex financial decision, considering the complexity in the market, how market is there, and what are the trends. You can actually use or make a AI agent which can help you in finding how your portfolio is performing and what action you need to take. Then there is healthcare decision assistance. In healthcare industry, basically, a lot of things are going with the AI and the AI agent. For sure, not in immediate future, they will be going to be some types of surgery with the help of AI. But finding the diagnosing a problem, finding the right medicine, that will be done with the help of AI agent for sure. If I give you the example of a healthcare decision, how a AI agent is working. So I go to a doctor, I just ask I have something, I have to go for some checkups and things. So what AI agent could do, AI agent simply can schedule my checkups, can simply schedule my checkups, can find the reports from the particular labs and can provide it to doctor. So this is what AI agent could do. Simply in simple words, just minimizing the efforts I need to meet. Then there is the logistic optimization. AI can find right routes, this right supply chain, how this should be going from place A to place B, and what can be the hurdles. Definitely, these all things can be done with the help of a software as well. But AI is something which is taking the decisions which are not coded into a software and can do action as per those decisions. This is called the AI agent. There are virtual assistants. So you might have used Siri or Google Assistant. Like you just tell them, make a reminder, set an alarm, or just find a place for you. This is the example of a AI agent in form of virtual assistant. Then vehicle, we have all heard about the Tesla and the vehicles which runs automatically, take you to your destination without you need to drive that, or making the brakes or if there is some obstacles. So basically, these kind of vehicles sense the data from the sensors and provide it to the some sort of AI model, and that AI model makes the decision what has to be done. Then there are the smart home systems, like you said to Alexa, like open, start the lights or start the fan. This is the one part of this, like how AI work. In case of AI agent, it can learn at what particular day, what particular time you want to just keep your lights low or you are not in the home, and it can take decision accordingly. In case of industries nowadays, these agents are very much in the spotlight. If you find on the internet, or if you have heard so far, like everybody is changing different kind of AI agents, and big companies are running like mad behind the AI agents. But why are they so important? So AI agents are basically doing driving the efficiency and cost saving. So what exactly happening is I have multiple set of workflow which I have to do, and with the help of AI agent, I can optimize my cost. But beyond that, I can get the better decision, better answers, because there are multiple knowledge set is available, multiple data patterns are available, and I can find answer from that. AI agent streamline workflows by automating repetitive and complex process and enhance overall efficiency. So for example, you just make an AI agent and you want that whenever your client inquire about you any kind of previous ITR, previous audit report or some document to you over WhatsApp, and if you have provided the right access to that agent, it can go to the your particular folder, find the particular relevant details of that client, and simply can WhatsApp to that client. This is what an AI agent can do. And obviously you will get the report if you have made the notifier as well, like I should be getting the report what AI agent have done. And there is cost reduction, like if AI agents are working and providing multiple data, multiple things, they are also helping in the reducing costs. Though AI is not cheaper so far, it is taking too much cost in things. But when you want to perform a particular action, particular things, or particular type of work in which a AI agent is trained, it is comparatively cost effective. So AI agents are unlocking new capabilities and services, so they can do the personalized recommendation in healthcare industry. I want again, I'm taking the example of healthcare. I want to go to a hospital and want to get a checkup, and doctor prescribe me some medicine. But on the basis of my diagnosis and everything, my history, my age, and everything, the AI can decide how much medicine I have to take. So if like particular say dollar is for 650 mg or 500 mg, AI can actually prescribe I have to take 400 or 300 or 700. So these are all right now in experimental phase, but the AI will provide the medicine as per the requirement of your body, not as per the general opinion available. These kind of personalized recommendation AI can provide based on your preferences, engagement, and satisfaction. Then there is predictive maintenance. In case of like AI predicts if there is a equipment which may going to fail in near future, and can bring to the downtime, it can simply find the particular part or equipment. It can notify the relevant users. It can make orders for that, or it can suggest how that wear and tear can be managed. Then there come adaptive customer experience. So AI agents adapt interaction dynamically to improve customer satisfaction and support. So again, I go to a website or go to a platform and I'm interacting with a AI agent, and with the talks, like with the things, it just start adapting like what things I like, what things I like to do, and it will provide me relevant, provide me answers in the relevant way. So the best example how AI like adopts with think is you can find the example of Google Fish, though that is not an AI agent. But what Google Feeds do, based on your interest, based on your searches, it provides you relevant data. Similarly, AI agents can adopt themselves as per your interest, as per your satisfaction level, as per your knowledge level. So what is happening in industry is there is a rising investment in AI. Like every other day, you will be finding some AI companies getting funded or AI companies launching some tools and getting investments. So there is in industry, a lot of things are going on with the AI. There is a heavily investment on the AI agents, the new AI models and new AI things. AI is basically why these investment are being happening. So AI is just making the process of new way of innovation. You can do a lot new innovation with the help of AI. So while doing auditing, I am not into practice, so I cannot tell you the exact process. But while doing auditing or while doing the going with the documents, going with the vouchers, you can find the patterns, find the sets. If you trained an AI agent, what has to be done? It will tell you like what is problem with the particular data set, what compliance has to be done, what adjustment is been there, and how it has to be taken care. It can also tell you about what provision of income tax may apply and how it has to be reported. So it can simply prepare the complete audit report for you in whatever format you want. If the AI agent has been trained on that part and it knows how it has to be worked and how it has to provide the audit report. But there are a lot of innovation can be done with the AI agent, from doing a tax audit to sending some documents to a client or handling some queries about taxation or about anything, handling some queries related to GST. Anything can be done with the help of AI agent. But AI agents are not generalized AI. AI agents are basically agent which is trained with a particular set of knowledge, particular set of tasks, and particular tools or actions. The powers has been provided to it. So an agent can be provided with the power of sending WhatsApp or sending email. But if the power has not been provided, it cannot do that thing. So AI agents are basically software entities which has the power of AI and the power of algorithm, the software. And it can go with the customer centric focus. So industries like who are in the consumable sectors or consumption sector, they are very centric with the like customer focus way or customer things. So for example, again, I go to a website and from my data set, it is being found that I prefer the teal color or some orange color. It can change the color of the website if it is being found and provide me according color adjustment, text adjustment, a lot of things. Like this is just a one example of website, but it can be done with the physical products as well. How AI is benefited, like all AI agents are useful for all kind of business. There are small businesses, mid-sized businesses, and large businesses. Large companies are actually chasing AI agents like nothing. They are going like mad about AI agents. They want to adopt it. They want to implement it. A few months back, Salesforce has released 200 AI agents altogether. The Google is changing it. The Chat GPT is changing it. Everybody is behind the AI agents. So how it can benefit. So first and important part is AI agents are doing workflow automation. AI enterprise use AI agents to automate complex workflows that may increase efficiency in reducing manual efforts. So there is a set of patterns, set of workflows. Say for example, you want to do some entry in SAP. There is a variety of data has to be inserted, variety of action has to be taken. But with the help of right AI agents, you can find the relevant data and get it inserted. Then there is big data analysis. AI agents can analyze large volume of data to provide actionable business insight and support decision making. So, for example, you work in a stock market and you have your certain set of algorithms, certain set of a trigger you have found, like this may affect a price of a stock. But how you can work on these big of data? Either you can hire the software or customize it as per your need, then make your own algo and try and randomize thing. Or you can simply create an AI agent which can work on these data sets, and you can continuously ask with your query like how you want to solve it. So you want a particular action or trigger, and you want that how many stocks are going with these triggers and these actions or these patterns. It can simply find it. It is not work of AI. It is work of software to find those patterns. But AI can tell the software how it has to be done. Then there is a customer engagement, which is actually very important when things come with the customer, and especially in the consumable sector. and the companies which are dealing online. So you can provide a 24/7 customer support with the exact data what a customer is looking for. These are not robotic process like if you click this, you will get answer of this. You can simply find the answer to whatever you want in whatever language you want. So this is how in customer engagement is improving with the help of AI agent. What is opportunity with the small and medium businesses? So a AI agent can be affordable solution to do the jobs, do the work which are generally not available or generally you cannot find the skill set for that. Then there are customer support automation. Generally, SMBs, small and medium businesses, fails with the part where customer automation or customer support has to be provided. With the AI agent, it can be provided. You just need to provide the data set or the complete knowledge how a customer has to be handled, how a customer has to be replied, and accordingly, AI agent can answer it. It may be English, Hindi, or Malayalam or Tamil, any language, it can answer in that. Then there are marketing automations. In marketing, AI agents can do a lot of things. Like if I give you a particular example, you want to run an ad campaign, but you don't know how to do it. A businessman want to do a ad campaign on a particular thing. AI agent can do research on that part, how and what ad campaign will be suitable. So for the example, new some occasions are coming, some festivals are coming, and some are in the October, some are in November, some are in December. AI agent can completely make the strategy on the basis of previous data, on the basis of what is coming, how ad should be placed, what offer can be given, and what is the time where customer will be more engaged towards the product and in buying behavior. Then there is operational efficiency. Operation can be defined in a lot of manner, but AI agent can improve the operational efficiency if they are customized according to particular set of operations and given access to how they should be doing it. They can take decision on themselves, but the knowledge set and data set has to be provided. Let's see what are some real world case studies. So AI agents have been like boosting productivity. AI agents have enhanced operational efficiency, leading to significant productivity improvements across industries. Enhancing customer satisfaction. This is being repeated again and again because the customer support and customer satisfaction has become very much important with the help of AI agents and in the era of AI. Everything has to be personalized and only AI agents can do that. Then driving innovations, like you want to explore something, you want to do something, you want to do which is not in your knowledge base or not in your skill set, but you want to do that. You can either go to the YouTube, can learn those things and can implement those things, or you can tell an AI agent that this is what I have to do. Just do these things for me and take these actions. These actions, these tools may be physical, may be virtual, but AI can do that. If in case of physical things, you need to provide them with the sensors and the hardwares. Now let's come to the important part, how AI agent work. So AI agent basically provide you the particular set of knowledge, the particular set of action, and the particular set of decision, what it can take, what it can do, and what it cannot do. So AI agent are very limited knowledge based entity, but can do a particular task very efficiently, a set of tasks or a particular task very efficiently. So how this works? So there is an environmental perception. AI agents use sensor to collect data and perceive changes in their environment accurately and continuously. The sensors to collect data, again, maybe a physical sensor or maybe a virtual sensor, but they just collect the data from the sensors and do the changes as per the need. Then there are reasoning. Algorithm process sense data to make informed decisions, guiding AI agents actions. So, and then there's an action execution. AI agents perform action based on reasoning to achieve their objectives in the dynamic environments. So in the case of AI agent, there may be an environment which is dynamic, which is changing, and on the basis of available data, they can just take the actions. So how it is different from the software? You have a software which take a particular decision. So for example, you have a software which goes on the income tax website and files something for you. Now what happens, income tax website has been changed and they made some new fields which are mandatory. I'm just taking it as an example, but income tax website has made some new form fields and mandatory. Now what you need to go to the again your software company, ask them to update those things, then you can do the thing, or you have to fill those data manually. But with a AI agent can understand that there are some mandatory fields which has to be filled up, and if the AI agent has that data and the power to take that action, power to fill those form fields, it can simply go on this particular field and can fill it up if they have the right data. AI agents do continuous learning. So if I continue with the previous example, there are new fields, new mandatory fields which has to be filled up, and the AI agent now knows that these fields has to be filled up. It can simply memorize that new requirement, and for the next particular client's filing, it can simply automatically fill that data and can get the data, or at least inform that this data is required, so you have to provide it. Then they are adapted to sorry, they adaptability to change. This learning system makes any these learning things make AI system to adapt to the dynamic environments and change completely. So for example, let's just take example of say GST website or some MCA website, right? And now on those particular websites, so for example, government just reduced the rate on GST, and the GST rate has been changed. So accordingly, an AI agent can do the job and can know from which date the GST rate has to be changed and can check it for you. So there is a month in which for particular days X rate is applicable, and for particular days Y rate is applicable. AI can just understand it and can check it for you and provide you like this is the difference and this may be right or wrong. Interaction with user and other systems. So user communication. AI agents communicate effectively with the users to understand request and provide relevant feedback. So how AI agent work is AI agent has the power of AI. So they can simply communicate like you communicate with ChatGPT or Gemini. They can simply communicate with you. And as per the details provided by you or as per the requirement of yours, they can take the decisions, can make actions. And those actions are being made with the help of the tools or the software provided to them or access to the software provided to them via APIs or via general access to the software. System integrations. These agents seamlessly integrate with the other digital systems, coordinate complex tasks and workflows. So you have a set of softwares within your organization. by my by means of set of softwares, you use email services, you use WhatsApp, you use some sort of text calculation software, you have to use some sort of say office tools and everything. An AI agent can fit into any of these type of environment, whatever software environment, whatever things you have within your office, within the your environment, what software set or what things you are required, a agent can be fit into every workflow, and these can enhance the functionality, integration and communication, enhance overall system functionality and the user experience. So say how cool it will be if I get so I'm not again into practice, but if I get a particular message from a client that I need the ITR or the calculation of last 2 years, and this is peak audit time and the client is important. So what will happen? Either I had to stop my work and find the data and has to provide it to client, or I can tell some of my staff or article to do that. But how cool it will be if I get the message on the WhatsApp, my AI agent find that particular data wherever I have stored it, find the particular copy and just forward it to the client and just notify me at the end of the day that this is the requirement has been done by client and these documents I have shared. How AI agents are different from the Chat GPT or Gemini or other AI models. With the AI models, you do chat, you ask questions, you get the answers. right? Everything is your screen. More or less, what you do is you just download the data provided by them and use it in like Word file or PDF file or Excel file, or you just copy the data from there and paste it into your file and then do the changes and do the things. Moreover, if you want to refine the data, you again ask the chat GPT to just refine that particular data for you and it will do the job. But in case of AI agent, the AI agent will not only work on that particular data, but can take action according to that data. Conversational models versus autonomous agents. So conversational models are like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, or Grok, or Perplexity. These generate human-like text response to users' input in a dialogue format. It can be text written, it can be voice, but these are like dialogue format in human language. Autonomous AI agents perform tasks independently in changing environment without continuous human input. So you have say set of 100 clients. You want to provide them like this is the your last year's balance sheet, and on the basis of new particular law, this has been changed. So you have to provide this data. But for every balance sheet, there is different requirement, different type of numbers, and different every business is different. There are some some into products, some into services. So you have to provide everything personalized, and you can simply ask and create an AI agent and ask it to do it for every individual client or every individual data set, and it can go to a client one, understand its data, understand its particular requirement, and send the particular details, so ask the particular details from the client. So this cannot be done by the chat GPT, but this can be done by the AI agent. And the AI agent can be powered by with the help of chat GPT or Gemini. So in the AI agents, there is a AI model which is behind the scene, and there are softwares. On the basis of the decision, the AI agent find the answers and take appropriate actions. The key difference is conversational models focus on dialogue, while autonomous agents emphasize independent task completion. They can simply complete the job, complete the task. Scope of actions and autonomy, AI agents perception and action. AI agent perceives and act autonomously in the diverse environments, combining sensitive decision-making capabilities. AI agent can get analyze data from particular AI model, then accordingly it can find what has to be done, and beyond this it can take particular action. Conversation AI models focus on generating human-like dialogue without any kind of interaction or any kind of action. So when you are working on Chat GPT, you cannot simply say to Chat GPT that send these details on mail to my particular client, and this is the WhatsApp number of this client. Chat GPT again will give you some sort of code or some sort of uh, link that you can click on this link, copy this, paste this, and send this. But AI agent simply can send this data. So I have taken the example of like travel booking agent. ChatGPT provide travel advice and recommendations through interactive conversation with the user. Travel booking AI agent autonomously searches and find the bookings, and it can complete your booking and simply simplifying your user travel planning. So you can find something on chat gpt, you can find your complete itinerary on that. You can imply that itinerary by step via your travel booking agent or by yourself. But in case of AI agent, it can do the job for you. It can book ticket, it can book it can book tickets, it can book hotels. ChatGPT relies on dialogues while booking agents perform tasks independently on behalf of agents. So what AI agents are doing? AI agents are doing industrial transformations. AI agents automate tasks across industry, improving efficiency and productivity significantly. So just like I said in some example, like you want to send data to clients or you want to get some data from clients and want to automate it. So for example, uh, you want a collection of like HSN from clients, like you want like what HSN codes these your clients are using. You simply ask an agent, make a message to client and get the HSN data. Now some client will provide in 4-digit or 6-digit format, some will provide in 8-digit format, some will say we don't know but these are our products. Like you can get multiple sort of data. Some client will not reply, but once you get all the data, AI agent simply can do that particular data, process that particular data in an Excel sheet or in a form. They can fill a form or create an Excel sheet, so you can get completely data structured. And for the clients which is remained, which has not provided data, you can simply ask them or can tell AI agent to again message them. Moreover, you can also tell AI agent to check these HSN data is right or not. Again, this is a dummy example. You may not be needing it, but I'm just telling how this practically can get implemented. And for variety of tasks and number of tasks, you can implement it. Then there is enhanced decision making. AI agents support better decision making by analyzing data and providing useful insights. So if you ask the AI agent to check the particular set of HSN code, it can simply check all the HSN codes and tell you like this HSN code may be wrong. You may need to check it. Then understanding the AI mechanism, grasping how AI agents operate and differ from conversational model is crucial for future innovation. In the future, there will be a number of industry, number of businessmen will be using AI agents for different things. There will be number of AI agents. There is no limit. There can be an AI agent which can simply read your particular invoice and do the data entry in the tally for you, simply make the accounting entry. Or there may be a AI agent which can do the uh, read something from your screen and do the create the particular data set for you. There can be n number of AI agents. This can be within your system, within your computer. This can be in the physical formats, like which do work, say like cars or some sort of robotic vacuum cleaner which you nowadays find in home, which just run on the surface, and if there is some obstacle they just change their path and start working on the other path, but cover the clean the complete area, complete house. So these kind of things will be there, and in future everywhere there will be AI agents which will be used for particular set of tasks. In a particular case, in our case, how we can use the AI agents. So very simply, we just simply need to find like what are the routine and complex tasks which are taking our time. Say for example, particular set of data entry is required but which is taken unnecessary time. You can simply automate it with the help of AI agent. ChatGPT is providing some sort of agent mode. If you have not tried that so far, this is different from what is ChatGPT assistant mode. You can simply try the agent mode. It will do some sort of work for you, but for finding like if you have heard of Comet, the Perplexity browser, it is also doing a lot of things for you. You can simply download the Comet browser and tell it to just do the booking for you. It will definitely do it. Though there may be security risk these days, but it will get improved in future. So you can simply find what kind of task you want to complete, what kind of things you want to automate, and you can customize a agent according to that need. So this is very small part of AI agents, what AI agents are and what they are doing. There are a number of things which we can do, which we can take. We can take how agent should be made, what things we have to keep in mind. But I guess my time is almost over. I was provided by the free and over, and I think it is over. So this is from today from my side. Thank you to you, Akshat.
Thanks, Ankit. It was actually a great session and insightful, definitely on AI agents and how we can use it in our daily life as well as in professional life for kind of doing like we can use it in practice with our clients. Definitely, like AI agents will help in transformation of many other business processes which are kind of being done manually as on date. Like reconciliate, like or wherever, like even when like people need to take decisions, there also AI agents can help. As you said, that it is not just like question answer approach, but they can use their mind, their own.
Yeah, actually, you can also make some sort of AI agent which goes on the ICA website, find the relevant accounting standard or the particular publication relevant for me. Simply download it and find the text relevant it to me.
Yeah. So thanks. So we do have some questions from our members, like
Yeah, sure.
question. So, can you give us some name of good AI agents which can be used in daily, like routine practice of taxation, or like for sending reminders to client of various tax amendments, or which can be used in our professional life?
So AI agents are completely in the evolving state. There is no set of software or set of AI agent is available. Everybody is customizing it as per your need. Like you, if you want to make something, you have to get it customized for your needs, and you have to provide it access. And you have to keep in mind that what kind of access you are providing and how safe it is. So this is in very early stage AI agent is, but definitely you can try with Comet browser, the browser provided by Perplexity. It can do the task for you, though it is a little bit slow, but it can do the task for you. Or you can simply do make your own AI agent and get the work done. You will need the help of chat GPT and some sort of softwares, but yeah, you can get it done.
Okay. And like as you said, we can use AI is available over there in the market like Perplexity, ChatGPT, and all. So there's like one more question that is it necessary that the other people which with whom we are dealing have to be on the same pace or development, like or same AI platform? Like if we're using it like in
Yes.
professional.
And I didn't get you correctly.
So it is like let's say we are using it in our professional world in practice, and we are kind of you are using it for automating any particular business process. So
Mhm.
and dealing with client on a regular basis. So is it necessary that the person on the other side has to be on the same platform, or
No,
we can?
not at all. Not at all. So simply you want to send the WhatsApp to something, the person has to be on WhatsApp. But if you want to use Chat GPT to create your WhatsApp message, the person should not be on the Chat GPT. Right. So AI agents are basically you can understand like your virtual manpower, your virtual team member, which can do the job for you based on the power or tools or actions you have allowed him or her.
Okay. And like let's say in our accounting world, like where we need to post so many manual entries on a daily basis in Tally or any other accounting software, SAP, whatever we are using. So can you throw some light on automation of complex data entries and how it can be done through AI agents?
Yeah. So for doing working with the AI agents in the accounting things, there should be definitely there are some documents on the basis of you do the accounting. So you need a AI agent which can read those documents. You don't need to tell that what particular field is what or what is date, but you need a AI agent which can read the document, then format it, and then particularly you have to provide it access to the accounting software. And rest part is the training. You have to go through a little bit training part. Either you can do it yourself or you can get it done with the help of some expert, but you have to go with the training part, and once the training is done it will start doing it automatically. So if I give you a rough example, uh, I am using a mail, and I just told my team member to whatever voucher come in my office, just send me to the mail. Like whatever expense voucher is there. Some vouchers are of petty care, some vouchers are has to be paid by me directly because those are big bills. But whatever it is, send me on a mail. Now, what my agent can do, it can simply find if the mail is a particular voucher or particular expense, either directly from the vendor or from my teammate. If it is a recognized vendor, it can simply do the entry in my accounting software, say Tally or whatever accounting software I use. It can simply do the entry in my software and finally provide me list of the entries it has done in a day. So because for me it is very important like what AI agent has done. So I need the again feedback from it. So there is a set of training I have provided to the agent, like how it has to read data. It can simply read the data from email, and how it has to do entry in Tally, because Tally is again a little bit customized for every business or any accounting software.
Yeah. So are there like readily available AI agents in the market for feeding entries in the Tally or posting data and accounting entries in other accounting software?
See, I'm not sure there are readily available AI agents in the market. So, as far as I understand AI agents, it has to be a little bit customized for every use case.
Oh,
So, there may be AI agents for Tele, but I'm not sure. I'm not aware of any agent.
yeah, definitely. Like we have to train AI for any platform, whatever you're using. Like,
Yeah, so if you want to just avoid the mistakes, you have to do the right training part first. You can simply understand, you hire the person in your office, you hire the person who can do the job, do the accounting for you. But it is just a pass out person, and you have to provide it like how these entries to be done. Like if I remember when I was doing CA and someone come to office, my boss used to always ask like, do this TDS entry and tell me how these entries will be done in the tally. Right? If the person is not doing it right, they just like teach him like how it has to be done. So this is what you have to do with the AI agent as well. You don't need to tell how the general entry is being made, but you need to tell how this data you captured in the tally or the particular software.
And as you said, like we can train AI agents by like introducing them to documents with the help of which they can post entries in the system. So is it possible that entries can be done verbally also? Like we can train them by like audio recognition technology, and we can just guide them to do so.
Definitely, you can do anything with the voice nowadays.
I think so. That was yeah.
Yeah, there's a very small thing since you asked for the voice. If you are like, if you find interest in AI, you want to explore something more, you can just visit the 11 Labs. This is another platform which is working completely on the voice-based AI solutions.
Okay.
And if you want to make like a copy of your voice and want to use in within your some sort of learning session, it can also do that for you. Though any person can easily find that this is computer generated voice, but it will definitely relate to your voice.
Okay. That's great. So I think we do now have an idea like how important AI agents can play a role in our daily life as well as professional life, and how well we can serve our clients with the help of these AI agents. Yeah, thanks for your time, Ankit.
Thank you, Akshat. Thank you, everyone, for your patience hearing. Thank you.
So now, before jumping off to the next session which is on tax audit, specifically critical clauses. So I would request, I will like, and let me introduce you to CACV Chitle, who will be taking our second session. CACV Chitle has decades of professional experience, currently serving on the Central Council of ICAI 2025 to 29 term. He has held key leadership roles within the institute, including chairman of the Ethical Standard Board 2024 and Direct Taxes Committee 2022-23, Peer Review Board in 22-23, and Committee on Commercial Laws, Economic Advisory, and NPO Cooperative in 24-25. He specializes in direct taxes, drafting and convincing, and corporate counseling, and has been associated with Maratha Chamber of Commerce, Industries, and Agriculture for over a decade. He has also lectured at various commerce colleges and the management institutes, and has authored multiple books and articles in leading professional and national publications. He is also
Recording stopped.
a regular speaker at seminars, conferences, and public forums. Now, I'd like to invite CEC Chitle and carry on.
Recording in progress.
Well, thank you, Akshat. Unfortunately, I don't have any AI agent that will fix my camera, so I'm not visible on the screen. But certainly, it's a topic and deliberation on the topic that matters. Therefore, rather than making efforts to fix up the camera, let us try to focus on the topic for the slated for discussion.
Okay.
Whether my PPT is visible?
No, you need to share it.
Okay, let me share it. Now, is it visible?
Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah. So, good evening, friends. After the heaven of artificial intelligence, now let us come back on the earth and face the realities of the income tax law and nitty-gritties thereon. Uh, the organizers have asked me to talk on clause 22. I've also included adjacent clause 26. The subject is common to both the clauses. Therefore, let us have a discussion on tax audit. Two clauses, clause 22 and clause 26, both relating to payments to micro and small enterprises, which are hit by provisions of section 43B of the Income Tax Act 1946. The encompass of our discussion. Firstly, let us try to briefly understand what is expected of an auditor, a tax auditor, under clause 22 of Form 3CD, which has to do with section 43BH. That also we will try to understand. That H is misnomer. 43BH is the clause, 43AB is the section under which the tax audit is done. So focus today would be, since it relates to MSMED, two clauses, clause 22 and clause 26. Both these are high risk reporting areas. So we'll try to see what precautions one can see. We can deal with some practical examples. Friends, at the commencement, Vice Chairman Vishnu Agarwal ji as well as Chairman Satish Gupta ji informed about extension of due dates. So the due date for tax audit was 30th September 2025 for assessment year 2025-26. However, there were certain reasons for which the writ petitions were filed in several high courts. The Jodhpur High Court was the first to render its decision, followed by Karnataka, Jaipur, and several other high courts. And the Central Board of Direct Taxes was forced to extend the due date from 30th September 2025 to 31st October 2025. But there was ambiguity as far as the filing of income tax returns is concerned, because if you look at the circular tells about extension of due dates for audits. So two aspects. One is this is also due date for renewal of charitable institutions, maybe Form 10A and other filings, 10AB for registration. So due date has not been extended for such registration. That one must take in to account, so that next few days, if you have any work relating to such registration and ATG renewal matters, then they should have priority rather than tax audits, because for tax audits, now you have some breathing time. Secondly, as far as ITR is concerned, the ITR due date today continues to be 31st October 2025. So maybe concomitantly, one will have to close the tax audit as well as assist the corporates and others in submission of ITR in computation of income. But there I was told that today Gujarat High Court has, in a writ petition, rendered a decision that even for ITR, the due date will be extended by 1 month. So it will be 30th of November 2025 in place of 31st of October 2025. Of course, we are yet to receive CBDT notification, but as you are aware that High Court is above CBDT, so they cannot disobey the directions of the court. While I am stating so, as far as the decision of Gujarat High Court is concerned, I don't have the full copy of the decision in my hand. So maybe one can go through that decision, a full copy of the decision, and take a call. But in any case, now we have 1 month in our hand to conduct the tax audits. So that is the itinerary for this 1 hour or 50 minutes, maybe leaving few minutes for the purpose of discussion. Now, before we take on to the income tax law, first try to appreciate what are the provisions in the MSMED Act on which we will be having this discussion, on which the clause number 22 and clause number 26 have focus. Of course, clause 22 is exclusively for that, and a part of it is there in clause number 26. So as you are aware that this government wants to protect micro, small and medium enterprises. So in the year of 2006, the Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Development Act was passed to facilitate promotion and development of the micro and small and medium industries. They were facing particularly hardship in recovering dues. There were certain other instances. So particularly the aspect of dues has been the predominantly discovered. Plus, there are various other aspects relating to priority in getting finance, concessional rate of finance. But the main benefit of this particular act to these industries is recovery of dues within due date. So, firstly, there are two sections which are relevant for the purpose of considering this clause 43BH, and they are section 2H and section 2M. Because section 43BH tells us that if you do not make payment to micro or small enterprises and within due date as per the act, then it will be liable for disallowance if it is not paid till the year end. If it is paid beyond the due date, once again I repeat, and it is continues to be unpaid by the year end, then it will be disallowed. So we have to understand what are micro enterprises and what are small enterprises. And for that, definition is there in section 2H of MSMED Act of micro. As far as micro enterprise is concerned, the definition is that uh, two conditions it has to qualify. One is investment in plant and machinery or equipment does not exceed 1 crore rupees, and the annual turnover does not exceed 5 crore rupees. As far as small enterprise is concerned, that is defined under Section 2M of the said Act. And there, the investment in plant and machinery or equipment does not exceed 10 crore rupees, and annual turnover does not exceed 50 crore rupees. Now, this particular threshold limit is applicable till 31st March 2025. So, while doing tax audit, one will have to understand these limits. Just to complete the discussion, let me also tell as far as medium enterprise definition is concerned, it is investment in plant and machinery equipment up to 50 crore and turnover up to 250 crore. So all these thresholds are were applicable till 31st March 2025. Since we will be doing audit for financial year 24-25, these are the limits to be considered for the purpose of applicability of the definition of micro and small. Just for the purpose of your understanding, from 1st April 2025, the threshold has been increased. And for now, micro investment in plant machinery equipment has been increased to 2.5 crore, 2 crore 50 lakhs. And as far as turnover limit is concerned, it has been increased to rupees 10 crores. As far as small enterprises is concerned, the investment in plant machinery equipment is enhanced to 25 crore, and the threshold of turnover has been enhanced to 100 crores. And in case of medium enterprises, this investment in plant and machinery has been increased to 125 crore, and the turnover has been enhanced to 500 crore. At the moment, for the financial year 2024-25 assessment year 25-26, we are focusing on micro and small with old definition of investment in plant machinery 1 crore, turnover 5 crore, and for small investment in plant and machinery 10 crore and investment 50 crore. So that is as far as the income pass of the enterprises from which the purchase of goods or services is made by the assessee. Now, section 15 and 16 of MSME Act are relevant for the purpose of time days limit for payment, and section 16 talks about the interest rate. What section 15 tells us that where any supplier supplies goods or renders services to any buyer, the buyer shall make payment therefore on or before such agreement on this behalf is made, then before the appointed date. So for the purpose of payment, two conditions are there. One is you should make the payment as per your agreement. So there has to be an agreement of the assessee with the micro and small supplier. If the agreement is there, the date for the time for the purpose of making payment will be governed by the agreement. And if there is no agreement, then the time will be specified as an appointed day under the Act. While we are considering these two terms, appointed day and agreement, let us also try to understand under the Act, the appointed day is 15 days from the date of acceptance of goods or services. So there is no agreement. In that case, if you have purchased goods or received services on say 31st of December, then 15 days thereafter, so till 15th of January, the payment has to be made. That would be in time payment as far as section 15 is concerned. If you make payment thereafter, after the appointed date, then you have made a delay. If there is a delay, section 16 tells us what are the consequences. Alternatively, you can make an agreement with the micro or small supplier, and through an agreement, you can agree to a time limit within which the payment should be made. So it is possible that the time limit prescribed may be too large, too many days, too many months the buyer may seek credit for. But then the act says that the time limit, if it is agreed, which is more than 45 days, then the excess days would be ignored and that time limit would be 45 days. So in this case, on 31st December, the supply has been made. So if there is an agreement, the agreement can say that, okay, you can pay within 30 days. In that case, maybe by 30th of January, one will have to pay, or you can pay within 45 days. Then by 14th of February, the assessee will have to pay. But if the agreement is that you pay after 60 days, even in that case, 14th of February, that is the 45th day from the date of closing of supply of goods or services would be the due date. So 15 days and 45 days, people loosely consider 45 days, but try to understand the 45 days threshold limit is available only if there is an agreement. So while you are doing audit, please don't go under the notion that 45 days is the time limit. Please try to see the time limit is 15 days, but if the assessee contends that there should be 45 days elbow room, then you must insist on agreement. Of course, it can be 30 days, it can be 40 days, it can be 10 days also, less than 15 days. What section 15 says, as per agreement we will go. If agreement goes beyond 45 days, it will be considered as 45 days. Now, it is possible that this particular time limit is not adhered to. If it is not adhered to, then what is to be done? Then in that case, what we have to consider is section 16. What section 16 tells that if the payment is not made within time limit, then from the subsequent date till the date of payment, it is mandatory for the purpose of assessee or the receiver of services or buyer of goods to pay interest to such micro and small enterprises, and the rate of interest is also prescribed as 3 times the rate announced by the RBI. And that is mandatory payment, it is not optional. Now, coming to section 22 of the Act, 23 of the Act, it says that such payment is not deductible. And then again, there is section 24 of MSMED Act, which tells us that these provisions contained in MSMED Act are overriding any other provisions of the Act, any other Act. So if you consider Income Tax Act, under section 36, if any interest is paid for the purpose of any credit and for the funds are being used in business, then it stands deductible. If you are paying compensation for delay in payment, maybe section 37 allows that deduction. But as far as this payment is concerned, although it is for the purpose of business that the assessee is incurring expenditure, the government thinks in order to make this provision more harsh, whatever interest payment you make to MSMEDs, to micro and small enterprises under this MSMED Act, that shall not qualify for deduction. So assuming that there has been some delay and you have paid 1 lakh rupees as interest to micro or small enterprises, maybe you have deducted them while computing profit and loss account by charging to profit and loss statement. Still, your profit will be increased by 1 lakh rupees being interest paid to micro and small enterprises, which is not allowable under section 23 of the MSMED Act. Then section 43BH, what it says that, let us try to read the section verbatim for better understanding. So I'll read the relevant portion. So having understood this particular provisions of sections in MSMED Act, it would be easier to understand the prescription of section 43B. Section 43B provides for disallowance of expenses certain expenses and allows that on payment basis exclusively. So 43B says that notwithstanding anything contained in any other provisions of this Act, a deduction otherwise allowable under the Act in respect of H, any sum payable by the assessee to micro or small enterprise beyond the time limit specified in Section 15 of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Act, Medium Enterprises Development Act 2006, shall be allowed irrespective of the previous year in which the liability to pay such sum was incurred by the assessee during the according to the method of accounting regularly employed by him, only in computing the income referred to in section 28 of that previous year in which the sum is actually paid by him. So whatever be the year of receipt of service or purchase of goods, the year in which you make the payment, firstly it has to be made within time prescribed under this particular act, MSMED Act, and if the time is not adhered to, then in that case it will be allowed in the year in which you make the payment. As far as time is concerned, just now we have discussed it is 15 days if there is no agreement. If there is an agreement, you can agree for more or less days, but days cannot exceed 45 days. Now, why I am saying within the time limit? Because let us try to appreciate. Now, supposing you have made purchases on, say, 31st of December, you should have paid by 15th of uh, January, you have paid 15th of February. What will happen? Here, what we have said, the payment should be made by year end. So, payment is not made within the time limit, but it is made by the year end, it will be allowed. But in case of purchases which are made on, say, 30th of March and payment is made on 10th of April, then what the section says? Section says that any sum payable by the assessee to micro and small enterprises beyond the time limit specified under section 15 of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Development Act 2006. So here the time limit given, assuming that there is no agreement, is 15 days. Now you have paid beyond the year end, but you have paid within 15 days from the date on which the amount was due. Therefore, this payment will qualify for deduction. Now let us come to subsequent proviso in section 43B. What it says, I'll not read, but verbatim I will explain. It says that if in case certain payments which are listed in 43B are not paid till the year end, but they are paid till 31st March, till the due date for furnishing of return of income, then in that case, even if the payment is made till the due date for furnishing of return of income, that will be allowed. So supposing there is a bank interest, you have borrowed a term loan, interest of say 10 lakh was due on 15th of March, but the assessee could not pay by 15th of March, but it paid by 15th of September. The due date for furnishing of return in his case was 31st of October. So that interest will qualify for a deduction. Sales tax, GST, supposing that was due for payment for the earlier month, say February, January, by 31st of March, but it is paid on 30th of May or 30th of June, still it will qualify for reduction. But this particular benefit of making payment till the due date for furnishing of return is not available for the purpose of 43BH, that is payments to be made to micro and small enterprises. So if anything is outstanding at the year end, it has to be ensured that that is paid within the due date applicable to that particular outstanding expense. If it is paid within that period, it will be allowed. If it is paid beyond that date, it will not be allowed. So supposing there is a no agreement, purchases are made on 31st of March. If you pay by 15th of April, you will get the deduction. But if you pay by 16th of April to any other date subsequently, that particular amount will not be deducted. So as far as this extension of due date is concerned, the benefit will be available for other type of payments classified in section clauses A, B, C, D, E, F, but not and G, but not for the purpose of H. So due date extension will benefit other type of payments, not the payment to micro or small enterprises. So let us turn to clause 22, what is expected of us, having understood the provisions relating to micro MSMED Act, the definitions, and the prescription. But before we turn our attention to this particular thing, one small point I would like to make, and that is very relevant for the auditors, and that emanates from Section 22 of MSMED Act. And this at times is missed. What Section 22 of MSMED Act states is this section provides that any buyer required to get his annual accounts audited under any law for the time being in force, which also includes tax audit, the buyer shall furnish the following additional information in his annual statement of accounts, namely: one, principal amount of interest due, principal amount and interest due thereon to be shown separately, remaining unpaid, amount of interest paid by the buyer in terms of section 16, along with the amount of payment made to the supplier beyond the appointed day during each accounting year. Then amount of interest due and payable for the delay in making payment, which have been paid but beyond the appointed day during the year, but without adding any interest specified under the Act. 4. The amount of interest accrued and remaining unpaid at the end of each accounting year. And 5. The amount of further interest remaining due and payable even in succeeding years until such date when the interest due as above are actually paid to the small enterprises for the purpose of disallowance as deductible under Section 35, under Section 23 of the MSMED Act. So it is necessary that these disclosures should be there in statement of accounts. Now, if you are doing audit of a partnership firm or a proprietary, besides looking at tax audit, you will also be certifying true and fair view. So here you will have to take a call where the interest is due but no provision has been made, whether the true and fair view has been obliterated. And if there has been impairment of true and fair view, appropriate qualification will have to be made. If you are doing audit of LLP under the LLP Act, maybe company under Companies Act, cooperative society under Cooperative Societies Act, in all these cases, this particular prescription of Section 22 of MSMED Act is mandatory. And while giving report on true and fair view, the auditor will have to take a call whether the true and fair view has properly been disclosed or not disclosed, and accordingly, one will have to report. In that case, as far as tax audit is concerned, his report will be confined to clause 22 and 26. But where one is reporting on true and fair view, besides being considering these two clauses, even the impact on true and fair view will have to be considered. So now let us come to clause 22, the reporting structure. For the purpose of reporting, certain questions have been asked, and the auditor is required to answer those questions. Of course, as far as guidance note on tax audit is concerned, under Section 44AB, the guidance note states that it is primary responsibility of the assessee to furnish the data. It is not for the auditor to cull out the data from the record, but assessee has to furnish the data. After assessee furnishes the data, the auditor will verify it. So what data is expected in clause 22, which the assessee should furnish? It has got three subclauses, 1, 2, and 3. 22.1 asks amount of interest inadmissible under Section 23 of MSMED Act. Just now we have discussed that if there is delay in making payment to micro and small enterprises and even medium scale enterprises beyond the appointed date or beyond the agreed time, then in that case, this payment will have to be made along with the interest thereon. The interest is 3 times at the rate of 3 times the rate announced by the Reserve Bank of India, and it is a compound interest at monthly rates. So that also needs to be seen. So where any such payment which is attracted, which is either paid or provision is made in profit and loss account, in that case, this amount will have to be reflected under 22.1 as the amount of interest paid under MSMED Act. And as it goes without saying, under Section 23 it overrides the Income Tax Act 1961. This entire amount will qualify for disallowance while computing income of a assessee. Then clause 2. Clause 2 states the amount required to be paid to micro or small enterprises as referred to in section 15 of MSMED Act during the previous year. So the total amount which is required to be paid to small and medium enterprises, micro and small enterprises, it is required to be stated here. There is one interpretation issue as far as this particular clause is concerned. We'll come to that interpretation issue in a minute. First, let us try to complete the expectation of a clause. Then clause 3 has got two limbs, A and B. So clause 3 reads, out of the amount referred to in two above, paid up to the time given under section 15 of MSMED Act and not paid up till the time up to the time given under section 15 of the MSMED Act. So basically, as far as clause 2 and clause 3 is concerned, it talks about the amounts payable to the MSMEDs. That is, they are required to be paid to micro and small within the time limit given. But here the word used is the total amount required to be paid to micro or small enterprises referred to in section 15. Now, 3 issues. One is there are two types of payments which are made or classified. One is capital payments and one is revenue. It is capital expenses and revenue expenses. So you have purchased a plant and machinery for rupees 50 lakhs from a micro or small enterprise, and payment is to be made. And you have purchased raw materials from micro or small enterprises, and payment is to be made. If you consider section 15 of MSMED Act, it applies to both plant and machinery as well as for purchase of materials, repairs, renewals, any other expenses which are on revenue account. So firstly, we have to consider under section 43BH, which payments are covered. So 43BH is appears in revenue section, and it says any deduction which is otherwise allowable will be allowed on payment basis. So when you are purchasing plant and machinery, the deduction is not otherwise allowable. So the question of section 43BH being applicable does not arise, because you do not claim the cost of plant and machinery as a deduction. With reference to acquisition of plant and machinery, you are allowed a depreciation allowance. So this section 43BH does not cover capital account expenses. Revenue account expenses are certainly covered. Now, the question doesn't distinguish between capital expenses and revenue expenses. It simply asks total amount required to be paid to micro and small enterprises as referred to in section 15 of MSMED Act. So whether capital as well as revenue expenses both will have to be reported. That is number one. Secondly, whether the entire expenditure will have to be reported, because subsequently it says that okay, total amount required to be paid to these two category of enterprises, out of which paid up to the time given under section 15 of MSMED Act and not paid up to the time given under section 15 of MSMED Act. Now take example, two examples or three examples we'll take. One is expenditure of 1 lakh, expenditure of 2 lakh, expenditure of 3 lakhs. Expenditure of 1 lakh is made on, purchases are made on 31st of December and payment is made on, say, 1st of February. So clearly beyond provision, or say on 1st of March. So not 15, but even beyond 45 days. So it is paid on 1st of March. Now, secondly, the purchases are made on 31st of March, 2 lakh rupees. Payment is made by 10th of March. And thirdly, purchases are made of 3 lakh rupees and payment is made on 1st of June. So these three cases are there. On all these three cases, if we consider these are the only transaction, as far as this clause 2 is concerned, it asks the total amount required to be paid to micro and small. So total amount would be 1 lakh plus 2 lakh plus 3 lakh. It would be 6 lakhs. Now it says out of this paid up to the time given under section 15 of MSMED Act. So 2 lakh expenditure which was incurred on 31st of March, paid on 10th of April, that is the only expenditure which is paid within the time limit prescribed under section 15 of MSMED Act. And then if you come to clause B, it says that not paid within the time given under section 15 of the MSMED Act and inadmissible under inadmissible for the previous year. So here now first payment, that is expenditure of 1 lakh incurred on 31st of December, paid on 1st of March. So it is paid beyond the time limit prescribed under section 15, but it is not inadmissible because it is paid before 31st of March, so it is admissible. So this 1 lakh rupee will not come. As far as subsequent 3 lakh rupees are concerned, yes, they are incurred as well as paid beyond this prescribed time limit under section 15 and also inadmissible. So only 3 lakh will come. Now what is expected that total as per clause 2 should tally with total as per 3A and B. So here total as per 3A and B will not match. So issue was represented by our direct tax committee, and now it is not expected that whatever you report in clause 3A and B should match with the amount given in clause 2, because it is not necessary that in all cases it will match. Third issue is that, or first issue we said that capital and revenue. So although the section requires reporting of both because they have not distinguished between capital and revenue, if you are restricting your reporting with revenue expenses, it would be advisable to make a comment to that effect in your form 3C or 3CB, that as far as clause 22 is concerned, in respect of as far as clause 22 2 and 3 is concerned, the reporting has been made only with reference to revenue expenses and not with reference to capital expenses, considering the tenor of the clause, which is more relevant for the purpose of 43BH, because reporting non-payment of capital payments on capital account will not have any utility for the purpose of tax audit, more so for the purpose of section 43BH. Now coming to third issue, that whether this clause is to be read down, because as we have seen that from 1st April to say any date, say for the sake of simplicity 15th February or maybe 15th March, even if you make payments beyond the date prescribed under section 15 of MSMED Act, still if they are paid till 31st of March, they are allowed. If there is delay beyond the time limit prescribed in section 15, they are not disallowed, because by the year end they are allowed. So one school of thought states that as far as this 22 clause, subclause 2 and 3 are concerned, they should be reported only with respect to the payments that are the expenses that are outstanding as at 31st of March. Because if you have made payments, then there is no question. If you have not made payments, then 43BH will come into play for the purpose of disallowance. And in the example that we are considering, 2 expenses were incurred on 31st of March. One is 2 lakh rupees, which is paid on 10th of April. Another is 3 lakh rupees, which is paid on 1st of June. So out of these two, first paid on 10th March, 10th April are allowable, and paid on 1st June are not allowable. So maybe it would be more appropriate reporting that under clause 3A, you write paid up to the time given under section 15 of MSMED Act, because there, although it is unpaid on 31st of March, it is paid within 15 days. Of course, if there is an agreement, you can pay within 45 days, depending upon the terms of agreement. So here, out of this 5 lakh rupees, 2 lakh rupees are paid within the time allowed under section 15. So 43B disallowance does not attract. And as far as 3 lakh rupees are concerned, they are not paid. They are not paid within the time limit under section 15 and are inadmissible. So it will come into second limb as far as 3 lakh rupees is concerned. And as far as clause 2 is concerned, it will be restricted to 2 lakh plus 3 lakh, 5 lakh rupees, which are outstanding at the year ending date. Now, which view is correct? There are two views. Now, one school of, as far as logic is concerned, this view is more correct. As far as wordings is concerned, wordings don't confine to the outstanding payments at the year end. But as far as tax audit report itself is concerned, the dominant objective is it should be subservient for the purpose of making assessment of income. So if you interpret in a second manner, that is outstanding at the year end and then paid within the time limit allowed under section 15, and not paid and inadmissible, that would be more appropriate. But that is not a last word. And therefore, what I would advise is whatever way in which you report, you should give explanation in uh, form 3CA or 3CB. If you adopt the approach which I stated about reporting year-end outstanding payments, you please write, we understand that this clause 22 is enacted with reference to section 43BH, and the information which is more relevant for 43BH is payment outstanding. So the payment has been made which will be more relevant for making assessment. So whatever manner you adopt for the purpose of reporting or compiling the information, I think this explaining your manner of reporting would certainly contribute, and you will not be held as made an incorrect reporting. So that is as far as the expectation under the clause is concerned. Now, I have given certain examples while considering our examples we have dealt with. But goods supplied on 10th March, paid on 20th April, it is not deductible because beyond 45 days, beyond 15 days. Then services supplied on 1st of February, paid on 15th of April, they are also disallowable, even though the time limit may be 45 days, but it has to be paid within that time limit. And clause 3 is interest of rupees 50,000 paid to micro or small and debited to profit and loss account. It will stand for disallowance under clause 22(1), read with section of the MSMED Act. So again, supplier X micro enterprises, goods worth rupees 50,000 are supplied on 1st of February. Agreement is 30 days due on 30 March. So payment made on 20th of April. So it is made in 70 days. It is disallowed. Again, disallowance of rupees 5 lakh under section 43BH. Interest under section 16, whatever 15,000 is there, is not deductible. So issues in reporting. Now it is easier to discuss definition, etc. But again, there will be thousands of payment instances, thousands of expenses, if not more. So the data is voluminous. So that poses a challenge, because from this data to check each and every payment and see whether it is MSME or not MSME, maybe that would be a challenge. Again, as far as these MSMEs are concerned, one pertinent thing is to be noted, that even the traders, that is retailers and wholesalers, they are also allowed to register under MSME Act, MSMED. However, as far as their registration is concerned, they get benefit only for the purpose of priority in lending the rate of interest. But as far as this section 15, 16, etc. are concerned, 22, 23, they are not beneficiaries of the same. So even if from the voucher you know that a particular enterprise is registered, you don't know whether it is a trader or manufacturer or a service provider, because this micro and small disallowance and interest payment, the time limit for the purpose of payment, is applicable only to those enterprises which are registered under the MSMED and which are into manufacturing and services, not in trading. So firstly, one will have to consider there may be some micro or small enterprises. It is not registered under the MSMED Act. Is it eligible for reporting and disallowance? The answer is no, because it says that the buyer has received from supplier, and the definition of supplier they have given is micro small enterprise which is registered under the MSMED Act. So you may be micro enterprise, you may be small enterprise, but if you are not registered under the MSMED Act, then in that case the provisions of Section 43BH are inapplicable. So, although there is micro and small enterprise, if it is not registered, it is inapplicable. Subsequently, if it is registered, then if it is a trader, it is not applicable. It is a manufacturer or it is a service provider, then 43BH is applicable. So from voluminous data to call out all those things, even for a client, it would be really difficult, and that poses a challenge. Then registration and category, as I discussed, that also will pose a challenge, because on MSMED certificate, Udyog Aadhaar certificate, it just mentioned that it is registered. It doesn't mention that it is trader or what. So that will be a and nature of supply, whether it is trading supply or manufacturing supply. Now, for the purpose of reporting, it will be responsibility of the auditor either way he reports. So first thing one he has to do is to obtain a management representation letter that the assessee has gone through each and every payments, and these are the payments for which are made or due to be made to MSMED enterprises. If they have paid interest, maybe that information they can give, and they can tell the basis on which they have identified these micro and small enterprises. After accepting management representation letter, it is not that you blindly accept it and go ahead. You have to do a test check to see whether eligible enterprises are not excluded and ineligible enterprises are not included. So when you apply some test check and you come to the conclusion that management representation letter is reliable, then you will be able to rely on that management representation letter. After you consider this, you have to consider two aspects: whether you are company auditor or cooperative society auditor or LLP auditor in your main audit report. And if you are auditor of a partnership firm or proprietary, then in your form 3CB, you have to take a call that if the provision for outstanding interest, which is due under this MSMED Act, whether the provision has been made or not made. If the provision is not made, whether it impacts true and fair view. And if it impacts true and fair view, maybe the qualification is required to that effect. Then thirdly, for the purpose of reporting under clause 22, the data is voluminous. You have relied on management representation letter. You have put it to the skepticism and the test check thereon. One will have to consider whether any reservation is to be put. Whether we can state that, okay, the adequate information was not available with the assessee, and therefore we had to rely on the management representation letter and information supplied. However, as far as the correctness of that amount is concerned, we are not vouching out ourselves. So, depending upon circumstances, one will have to delimit the liability exposure of the auditor. So, that care also has to be taken. But what wording should be there in form 3CEB, 3CD, or in your main audit report, I think the facts and circumstances will have to consider and draft the report accordingly. So friends, this was as far as clause 22 is concerned. Now going to clause 26. Clause 26, the new item is, it is into two segments. One is the amount which was not allowed in prior period, and now because you have made payment during the previous year under consideration, it ranks for allowance. And the payments which are subject to section 43B, which are incurred during the previous year but not paid till the due date for furnishing of return, and therefore they are liable for disallowance. Of course, although the section says till the due date of furnishing return, since the audit is concluded much before that, ultimately reporting will be till the due date of till the date of signing of that report. Of course, if payment is made subsequently, there is also provision for revising the tax audit report. Of course, that particular provision for revision of tax audit report is not mandatory. Either auditor may revise or he may not revise, depending upon circumstances. So, as far as this clause 26 is concerned, under clause 26, the reporting as far as outstanding at 1st April and not allowed as a deduction is concerned, the reporting was restricted to clauses A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Clause H, which we considered just now, was not mentioned therein. Now they have removed all reference to the clauses, and therefore, when I have to report the expenses outstanding at the beginning of the previous year, out of which is paid during the year and therefore admissible and not paid till the due date for furnishing of return or not paid during the year under consideration. So here take example of say interest. It is a bank term loan interest. Supposing 1 crore rupees outstanding on 31st March 2025, sorry 2024. So on 1st April 2024 also outstanding amount is 1 crore rupees. Out of 1 crore rupees, 6 crore rupees are paid till 31st of October 2024 and 4 crore are unpaid. Therefore, out of the amount which is outstanding of 1 crore, 60 lakhs would be admissible, 40 lakhs would not be admissible. And if 40 lakh rupees are paid on 31st of December, then in that case, this clause will start with the amount of 40 lakhs and not 1 crore. Because the question says that amount outstanding at the beginning of the year and which was not allowed as a deduction. So although outstanding amount is 1 crore, not allowed as a deduction is 40 lakhs. So one will start with 40 lakhs. Out of 40 lakhs, entire 40 lakhs are paid on 31st December 2024. So entire 40 lakhs will qualify for deduction. If you pay only 30 lakhs by 31st March 2025 or say on 31st of December 2024, 30 lakh will qualify for deduction and 10 lakh will rank for again outstanding at the beginning of the year, not allowed as deduction for the financial year 25-26 or assessment year 26-27. Now, this particular provision has been incorporated in respect of micro and small enterprises payments. So, in an earlier given example, we have seen that 5 lakh rupees are outstanding at the year end. 2 lakh purchases made on 31st of March, paid on 10th of April, and 3 lakh purchases made on 31st of March, paid on 1st of June. So in this case, as far as first part of clause 26 is concerned, we will have to start with outstanding at the beginning of the year and not allowed earlier 3 lakh rupees, not 5 lakh rupees. And since the same is paid on 1st of June, as far as payment made would be 3 lakh rupees, outstanding would be zero. But if you make payment of only 2 lakh rupees and nothing is paid subsequently, paid during the year would be 2 lakh rupees and not paid would be 1 lakh. So again, 1 lakh will continue to be disallowed. Not specifically, they will not qualify for deduction, but 2 lakh will be an additional deduction which would be available to the enterprise. So this is as far as the clause 26 is concerned. The secondly, the expenses incurred during the year and paid or not paid. To that extent, clause H is not required to be incorporated in section 26 because it is already taken care of in clause 22. So this is as far as section 26 is concerned, clause 26 is concerned. So just difference between clause 22 and 26. Clause 22 applies to MSME dues and interest. Clause 26 covers various types of disallowances. Clause 22, no grace period under up to 139(1), but this grace period is available under clause 26 for other type of payments. And clause 22 protects MSMEs, and clause 26 enforces financial discipline. So this is briefly the difference between clause 22 and clause 26. So in conclusion, as far as clause 22 is concerned, ensures timely payments to micro and small enterprises. Clause 26 ensures fiscal disciplines. Auditors must classify properly and disclose the matter transparently. Of course, for the purpose of disclosure, there is no space available in Form 3CD. So all those disclosures go in Form 3CA or 3CB. And detailed reporting reduces to disputes for the assessee at a later stage. And maybe as far as responsibility is concerned, the responsibility of the auditor also gets confined. So friends, these were the important points I thought of discussion as far as this clause 22 and clause 26 are concerned concerning micro and small enterprises. So I thank you for the patient hearing and to the moderator for effectively moderating the session. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for the session. It was like great to have an overview of section clause 22 because as you also said, there are many interpretation issues which might come while doing the tax audit and reporting them in Form 3C or 3CB along with like next 3CD. So it was like great having clarification on those issues. Now, there were some questions as you said that there are definitely interpretation issues that whether we need to report the total amount that has been paid to MSME and micro and small enterprises or only the outstanding amount as of the end of the year. So, what is your view that what amount should be reported into clause 22, sub clause 2 regarding the same?
See, in law, there is something called as purposive interpretation.
Mhm.
So, if you ask something, when you ask something, it is with some purpose.
Yeah,
So, rather than minding that purpose, if one reports something which may not be useful for that purpose, that reporting is of no use.
right.
So, if you consider section 43BH,
Mhm.
as I stated at the beginning, supposing payment is made from first day of April to any date, and payment is made before 31st of March, then whether the payment is made within time or beyond time, that is of no relevance. What is of relevance is payment, the expenditure is incurred in the financial year and it is outstanding as at 31st of March. So there the assessing officer would be interested in knowing whether you have paid it under the time allowed under section 15 of MSMED Act or not. Because if you have paid, then in that case that will stand for allowance. If you have not paid, he will disallow it. So I would take a call that this is a purposive interpretation. So you should report only year-end payments. Of course, my contention is not the last word. Some different view has been taken by guidance note as well. So if anyone takes this particular view, he will have to amplify his view in Form 3C or 3CB that this view he has taken, and this is the reason that it is more beneficial for making assessment. And it is not just checking the arithmetical accuracy of a chartered accountant or a auditor, because if he gives for the whole year, what is use of that particular information? And particularly supposing purchases are made on say 1st of June and payment is made on 31st of December, it is paid beyond 15 days or 45 days. That information you are giving, so what assessing officer will do with that? He has no use because it is paid till 31st of March.
Yeah, definitely. And what about, let's say, there's a requirement for corporate entities to file Form MSME 1 on a half-yearly basis in case of any delayed payment. So, do we to make any reconciliation with the same and whatever reported in MSME 1 has to be done in clause 22 as well? Is there any reconciliation that we need to take care?
See what happens. Auditor is expected to audit the record of the enterprise or assessee.
Mm.
So, as regards the subject, this is a specific document that is available.
Yeah.
Take example of a Companies Act. Supposing director is paid remuneration and they say that we have passed resolution. So the
Mm.
auditor will certainly go through the resolution, not only what the company gives, but whatever is filed with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, MCA portal, because that would be more authentic. So in this case, since relating to micro and small enterprises, a specific return has been furnished.
Mm.
One will have to go through it and reconcile with the data given by the assessee. If he finds that there are say 10 suppliers which are mentioned there, and while giving information to the auditor only 8 are there, so why there is a variation? And if he explains that inadvertently we also included traders, 2 traders were there, so he should confirm that they were traders, and that can be confirmed by looking at their bills, etc. And if he comes to the conclusion that yes, they were traders, then the data gets reconciled. If it is not reconciled, then maybe he will have to take a call whether to rely on the management representation letter and accordingly uh, take a view in his report. If he is not satisfied with the explanation, he should also not hesitate to qualify the report. Because ultimately, as far as tax audit is concerned, earlier the tax audit reports were subjected to human verification. So maybe while verifying, you may skip something. maybe you are given quota of 100 reports, you will do maybe till 25th only 10, 20, 30 reports, and balance 70, 60 reports you will conclude in last 5 days, because the quota is to be completed. So there may be some errors. But now these audit reports are subjected to scrutiny by artificial intelligence. So machine checks all these reports. So in machine checkings, the speed is phenomenal and there is no error, because whatever is programmed, everything is delivered. Therefore, one should not take a call, because after the errors are located, maybe the auditors also can be questioned. And if the errors are significant, the income tax department also informs the institute about the limitations, errors. Institute also has constituted tax audit quality review board, which once again reviews those observations. And if it is found that particular thing of significant importance should have been reported, has been omitted, then maybe disciplinary case is filed. So that is unnecessary botheration. So it is better that we unhesitantly qualify the report wherever there is no satisfaction on a particular point.
Definitely. Okay, thank you. So thanks for your insights on this clause, particular clause, because this there were multiple amendments as well in this clause, and since this is everyone will all of us will be doing the tax audits in few days, and this will definitely help everyone in performing process whatever required and reporting accordingly. So thanks for your time. See you,
Well, thank you.
and yeah.
And have a
So
nice time for tax audit. Let us conclude.
yeah, sure.
Time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So thank you everyone for attending the session. So and hereby we can move forward to close to this webinar, and looking forward to the upcoming webinars whenever scheduled. Yeah. Have a nice day. Have a great weekend.
Yes, you can close this session.